Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So, this is the part 2 of articles. In part 1, we talked about a and in this part 2, we will talk about the. So, first, we will look at the meaning of the. So, the is a definite article. A definite article means whenever you are talking about the, you are talking about something specific. That's the key word here. Because in the last video, I said that when you are talking about a or n, you are talking about something which is not specific. It is something random, anything can work. But when I'm saying the, it means something specific. Okay. For example, if I say that I need the pen, it means that I need that exact specific pen. Any random pen will not work. I need that same exact pen. Okay. That's the meaning of it. So it has to be specific. So if I tell you this in even easier words, it means listener already knows about it. So whenever I'm using the in my sentence, it means that the listener is already aware of what I'm talking about. Okay. There can be many reasons why the listener knows about it. First can be mentioned before. If I have mentioned something before and then I'm mentioning it again, I will use the because the listener already knows about it now. And very common, very famous. Okay, if something is very common, if something is very famous, I can use the directly because the listener already knows about it because it is common or famous, right? There can be any reasons, but the listener should already know about the thing you are talking about because that's the main point of using the in our sentences. Remember that, okay? So, to explain the meaning of definite and indefinite articles in a clearer way, I have written a random story. So let's read it. Once upon a time, there lived a king. The king was very brave. The king fought many fights, and one day the king died in a fight. Can you notice something? See, the first time when I mentioned the king here, once upon a time there lived a king. So I'm saying that a king because I mentioned the king for the very first time and the listener means you guys didn't know about the king because I'm talking about the king for the very first time. Okay, because it is not specific yet. That's why we are using a here, a king. Okay. And then from the next sentence, the king, the king, the king. Why? Because you already know about the king here. Because in the first sentence, I have already told you about the king. Okay, so now you know about it. Now the listener knows about it. That's why I'm using the king, the king, the king. Is it clear? So now we will look at some more examples. All of these things are the specific things. So whenever we use all of these things, we need to put the before them. So let's look at them. Okay. So, first one is sea. So, whenever you're talking about any kind of sea, you need to put the before them. The Red Sea. Right. Next is ocean. Same with it. The Indian Ocean. Whenever we are using ocean, we need to put the before that. So, the Indian Ocean. Mountains, the Himalayas. Rivers, the Ganga. Religious books like the Gita, the Bible, and all of them. So, whenever we are using all these, we need to put the before them. Newspaper, the Times of India, magazines, the Hindu Business Line, all of these are the examples of the. There are many more examples. These are just some of them, but these are there to give you some idea where you can use the and where you can't use the. So, I hope this is clear. In part 1, we looked at where we can use a and in this video, we talked about where we can use the. But now we will talk about where we can't use any of the articles. This topic is very important. You know why? Because we make the most amounts of mistakes in this topic. We use unnecessary articles in so many sentences where we don't need to use it. Okay, so now we will look at some examples where we can't use any articles and there are some exceptions as well. So we will look at the exceptions also. First one is names. We cannot use articles with names. I cannot say the Gayatri or the Harsh. That's very long. Or I can't say a Gayatri. I have heard so many people saying that my name is a Gayatri. I am a Gayatri. You can't say that. That's not how it works. But there is one exception. If you are talking about some icons like the Virat Kohli, he is not an ordinary person. He is the Virat Kohli. We are making him specific. We are making him special. So in that case, you can use the. But in normal people, you cannot use the Gayatri, the Harsh. That's completely wrong. Okay. Second one is surnames. You can't use the with surnames like Sharma or Verma. You can't use any articles with Sharma or Verma. Third one is continents. Okay, so Asia, Europe, we can't use any articles. I can't say the Asia, the Europe. I can't say that. Okay. Fourth one is countries. The India, the China. I've heard people making this mistake very often as well. You know, people say the India. I am from the India. You can't say that. India, just India. You don't need to put any article. You can't say India. You can't say an India. You can't say the India. Nothing. Okay. China. Can't say the China. Okay. But in this point, there are two big exceptions. We need to understand it very carefully. The first one is group of countries. See, whenever we are talking about a single country, India is a single country, right? So we can't use the in that. But when we are talking about a group of countries, for example, USA, United States of America. Okay, United States of America, it is not just one country. It is a group of so many countries. So, whenever we are talking about a group of countries, we need to put the USA. This is very important. And the second one is if the country's name is in plural. The country is not plural, but the name of the country is in plural, then you need to put the. For example, Netherlands, the Netherlands. Okay, so these are the two exceptions in countries. Next one is cities. Cities like Ahmedabad, Delhi, etc. etc. You cannot put the Ahmedabad, the Delhi. Very wrong. Can't say that. Sports like cricket, football. I like the cricket. That's very wrong. You can't say that. Okay. So before these, sports, you cannot put any articles. A and the. You can't put any of them. Last one is languages. Even with this one, people make so many mistakes. People say, I am learning the English. You can't say that. I am learning a Hindi. You can't say that either. What you need to do is you can't use any of the articles with languages. Okay, English, Hindi, simply that. Okay. So these are the examples where we can't use any of the articles, and I hope this is clear. So now at the end of the video, all I want to say is thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope all the concepts are clear for you now. And if you found this video helpful, do like, share, subscribe. Bye bye.